So we are at the booth of ASMPT. ASMPT is the leaders in semiconductor solutions for SMT, and we are here at Electronica Productronica, and we have with us Mr. Peter. He will discuss about the semiconductor solutions on behalf of ASMPT. Welcome, Mr. Peter.
Thank you. Welcome.
So I would like you to introduce yourself and also to introduce the company, please.
Yep. I'm Peter. We are from ASMPT, and I'm responsible for our semi solutions. And my role is new business development. So because of this, today I'm here in Productronica India as well.
So you have been giving various solutions to the semiconductor for SMT, right? So what are they, and what are these solutions?
All right. In our understanding, we are dissecting the market into 5 areas. We have computing, which is today's hottest topic, like the data center, the AI, the computing processing. These we group it under the computing segment. The other segment that we are looking at is automotive.
Can you more, because these are the solutions. These are the solutions having the means background the SMT or what? Means what kind of solutions do you offer?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So kindly explain it.
Okay. All right. For the whole electronic world, you can dissect it into 3 main process flowing steps. Okay. The first is very front end. That is, starting to fabricate from a wafer. We call it a front end process. So then the middle one, the second step is how to package this chip or wafer into a component. Okay. And then the last one is how the component is being assembled onto a PCB board. Okay. That is the SMT. So for our side, semi solutions is the second steps. And SMT is the third steps.
SMT is third step. Semi solution is the second step.
Yes. Now, for me, I'm responsible for the semi solutions. Okay. So I myself is more focused on the second step, the step number 2.
Right.
So, today inside these semiconductor components is involved in everything that we touch, we see, we hear. So that's why we say we also want to consolidate into 5 areas that we are focused. The first one is computing, automotive, industrial, communication, which means smartphones, and last but not the least is consumer product. So all these 5 areas have the involvement of semiconductor component. But of course, in the end, this component will also need SMT technology to put it into a PCB board as well. So all these today, it needs, to partnering with all our customers in all these different areas. This is how we look at the market to dissect our solutions to focus on different areas as well.
So there are some solutions are listed here. So the RF devices, the LiDAR and radar solutions, the heterogeneous integrations, interconnect solutions. So can you discuss in a brief, please?
Of course, in a brief manner. Just now, like what we talk about the computer and computing, so this one is a data center AI today. But in the end of the day, this AI will also deploy to the network and also to edge node. Like in a smartphone, in the end of the day, we will have the AI in our smartphone as well. So in terms of this computing and AI technology, is the most complex combination of different function of chips need to come together in a closest connection and connecting with each other, communicating with each other. So like in one chip over here, in the top right corner, you see a lot of different blocks. In one unit, this is called one unit. There are different blocks. So one block, it can be a memory. One block, it can be a logic processor. Maybe one block, it can be a silicon photonics communication so that your computing result can be sent out to other people. So it's a very complex combination of different functions in one unit. How we are doing it is we need to make use of heterogeneous integration. This method to do all the assemble of different functions into one chip. and this is a most the highest placement technology that we need to achieve in order to get the most accurate result. So this is for the computing. Now, like this one here is for the automotive. I think today all we know is the EV,
You are talking about the power electronics solutions.
power electronic solutions. Now, we talk about EV. In fact, how you do the power supply to charge up the battery, then in the end, how the battery is to power on the motor inside the car is actually semicon to do it. So like the DC-DC inverter, the converter, the onboard charging, all these units, they have the semicon inside. And they need a special process to do it. We call it a sintering process to sustain the electrical performance requirement, the thermal requirement as well. So this will need this process technology to do the assembly process. So this is one of our very typical and very hot sintering solution provided to the EV market.
So it is for EV or for other segment also.
I think today the attractions is for the EV and also the charging station, but we are seeing some other customers are migrating this technology to help on the industrial level as well, like those are power, the wind mining, the power station. This is all talking about power. So they also want to take on our semiconductor technology to help them as well. Now,
This is all about power semiconductor.
power semiconductor. And of course, in the automotive, other than the power, we are also riding on the market of digitalization and others, autonomous driving. So all this will need the sensor, the camera, as well as the AI to tell us where to go, where to stop, right? So we are also providing solution like the sensor solution and the camera solution as well. So all this will need a very different set of technology and the process, which in the end will derive us for a specific equipment to fit into that process. So that's why we say we have a particular solution for the camera assembly. We have some solutions for the MEMS and sensors application. We also have some other solutions for the LiDAR and radar solution as well. So all this today is mostly to serve for the automotive market. Now, on the top left corner is on the communication, including the base station as well as our smartphone. So these today we are tapping on the technology of 5G, and in fact, people are looking at 6G already. So now the key is how good you are transferring the data through this connectivity, how fast you are doing the data transfer, data streaming with a low latency, and how accurate you are doing this. Now, all this is thanks to the development from the semicon as well. So we have our solution on how to package and assemble this with their defined process. So you can see it's just a snapshot, those typical processing equipment that is to fit for the communication market.
So all these semiconductor solutions are primarily for telecom and the automotive sector.
Telecom, automotive, computing.
Telecom, automotive, computing, all three. So I can visualize there is a big market for you in India.
Um,
How do you explain that?
we also hope so, because we look at the population of India, and definitely India today is just to me our interpretation is we just on board on the plane is start flying. There's still a long way that India can fly because as I mentioned, population is one of the key factors to release the demanding power of the consumer side. Now, I think there is still a lot of rooms to leverage the technology, like the EV today. This week when I'm in India, we are still riding on a lot of gas-driven car, petrol-driven car, and I can also see there's still a lot of room where EV car can come into the picture. The infrastructure is yet to be done. The charging station, there's still a lot of room to do this. 5G, I can say, is still not very stable here. There's still a lot of room on how to build the base station, the telecom infrastructure. I think AI is somewhere to do maybe outside, is in the data center. But in the end of the day, as I mentioned, the AI will be transformed and deployed to the edge node and together with the smartphone. So everyone maybe have one smartphone. Tomorrow, maybe everyone need to keep two smartphones. As a businessman, we always have two smartphones with us. And you can imagine if every phone have an AI chip inside, the market is huge. So I believe the semicon market here is huge and very potential in India.
So you must be following the government policies and regulations here in India in terms of the industrialization in electronic industry, semiconductor industry, automation, telecom, and all these sectors. So how far you are satisfied with the pace of these reforms and also the pace of the industry growing in India?
Um, as we observe, I think today we have a lot of government support together with the incentive. We are start seeing some sizable customers because of these attractions. They are starting to invest here in India already. So, but it's just a start. Okay. I believe there will be more coming. Recently we heard about Micron. We heard about Tata Electronics. These are some indicators to the market and also to the market players where India is a good market to invest. So I think at the start, foreign invest can be a very good indicator. We have to keep watch on this move. At the same time, because these foreign invest is not just to bring in the money, they bring in the knowledge as well. And this can help domestic players to pick it up as well. So after the move of some key market players coming to invest, the next move is to observe how the domestic player is to pick up. So this will be on the second phase. Yeah. And with this sense, I think the next 3 to 5 years could be a very critical seasons where very critical period that we need to observe this starting pick up where whether the momentum will keep rolling on.
So you are quite bullish about the Indian market and the Indian government policies. So my next question is, in case it will grow, maybe what do you see? Maybe 5 to 10 years down the line, right? The people like you, maybe manufacturing in India.
I think to be frank, our semiconductor industry is very complex. There are a lot of technology involvement. People know-how, the process know-how is important, as well as we are in a VUCA business environment. It's a very dynamic, it's a very complex. So I think at the start, the next 3 to 5 years, players in India could start with something simple first, like conventional, our mainstream product, mainstream component, mainstream IC packaging. While they need to ride on this learning curve to pick up the knowledge, not only the equipment that we offer, but the people also need to pick up the knowledge, the process know-how. Management also need to pick up on how to operate a high precision manufacturing industry, the factory operations in a more systematic way, sustainable way. And all this will take time. So the first 3 to 5 years, I can say it's the learning curve. Then 5 to 10 years, it may start to ride on a middle stage where you can have a more advanced packaging technology come into the picture. And at the same time, we also need to observe whether chip fabrication, we usually call it a wafer fab, will they investing here, set up some facilities here as well from the foreign investment? This can also bring up the market as well, not only on the assembly side.
So you said that this is a very complex process to manufacture the machinery here in India for semicon. So what confidence all these events give you that the companies like ST Microelectronics, and then the US company which is going to Micron, and then Foxconn and Vedanta and the Tatas, they are manufacturing semiconductor here in India, right? So what confidence they give you? Means because that is again the packaging is also a very complex process here in India, right? The design is means already happening in India, but the next step is to semicon manufacturing, right? So not the fab. So what confidence does it give it to you to manufacture or to you to come to India and to find a market here in India?
Um, like as I mentioned, I believe they will also have different phases to step into India. So I believe for those startup, they will select those package or assembly which is very mature in the market already, which will have less uncertainty on how to manage in the operation because those process is well defined already. So so this is their foundation they want to build in the first phase. Like they have a very mature recipe already. Every cook they just follow the recipe. They don't need to think too much. They just follow. So I believe in the first few years they will copy exact in this way first. Until at the time people start to accumulate the knowledge, they can take a ride on this and to start to have some innovations and can learn more advanced knowledge. Then this will come to the second phase to start some more complex packaging. Now, and as a foreign invest, I believe they have also have a very good advantage is their packaging, their process know-how is well established in some other countries as well. So it's like just a copy paste the model into here, and whereas the model is well established, so this will give them an easier entry level in this area. And why I say the confidence over here is, I believe Indian as a culture is very eager to learn, and people also want to start to leverage themselves from a normal industry to a high precision industry like semicon. So they are very eager to go into to leverage themselves. So I believe this will also a very good manpower, the workforce in this area.
So having having these offerings in the background, the semiconductor solutions. So doing all these semiconductor solutions from SMPT, right? ASMPT. So what is the subject close to your heart? So any subject under the semicon solutions from ASMPT. So what is that subject that is close to your heart?
I think for our ASMPT semi solutions is still at a very early stage. Of course, along the years, we do have already some customers established, but I think it's not in a large scale, sustainable large scale. But thanks to, as a whole ASMPT group, we have our SMT. SMT for the electronics side is very mature in India already in the last 10 years. And this also gives us a confidence because when we talk about the whole ecosystem, if people want to go to the semicon, I think the entry customers is easier to come from the existing knowing in this industry already. So those can be SMT customers. So with the help from our customers that we can approach or they are willing to enter in this semicon can be coming from the SMT, So there will be a synergy between SEMI and SMT, and exactly we are sitting in a very good position over here with our solution. We are like a partner from our SEMI solutions and our SMT solutions, not only in a customer network connection, but those all solutions offering, we are a whole one-stop solution provider to them. They don't need to talk with supply A, B, C. In the end, the situation can be finger pointing with each other. So for us, no worry, just talk to ASMPT. So I think this one, as a next step, that is also why today, why we have our presence here with our SEMI solution in Productronica. This is the first time we do, and with this synergy, I believe years onward, we will do it again and again. And today we are seeing, as I mentioned, earlier on, in fact, this show with our participation, is exceeding our expectations. A lot of customer interest, a lot of customer attractions, and it's not just an inquiry. They would really like to sit down and discuss with us in details how to go into this market, which direction they can select with, and then with this direction, what kind of solutions ASMPT can provide to them. So I think with this understanding, I think customer is like in a sourcing period of time. They want to figure out and to confirm out of this broad market portfolio, which exact direction that they would like to go for, you know. And then after this, then they will go with us which solution that ASMPT can provide to them.
So following your answer, so my next obvious question is what kind of industry people are coming to you to inquire about your SEMI solutions?
I think overall, in general, customers are more interested in automotive segment and also in the MEMS and sensor segment. Yeah, but MEMS and sensor segment are also serving the automotive market as well. So all in all, a lot of attractions is coming from automotive, and as well as part of them are also very interested in the communication segment to serve the telecommunication infrastructure as well as the smartphone market.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the insightful information
you
that
for
you
your time.
provided. Thank you very much.